Ona blázen není. Nice. Bude dvojka, jo? OK. To budu hrát určitě.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay, už teď je to dost nepříjemný a Stanley si řekl, že až najde jiný prostor, z kterého nebude muset odcházet, tak už nikdy neodejde. Už je dvojka? Jsem nevěděl. OK, cool. To je nějaký divný, to se mi nezdá. Je to skvělý, je to super víno. Tak jo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Executive bathroom je skvělý, ty vole. To se mi líbí. To chci doma. Ne, ten nápis chci doma. Čete. Executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
To je skvělý. Jasně, tady zatím je tajný PIN. 2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. 2845.
A jestli to bude fungovat, tak se posedu smíchy.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
To je fakt Game Master. To je úplně nejlepší Game Master ever. Prostě takhle funguje fakt D&Dčko. Přesně, ty vole. Máte hint, ty vole. Dal jsem vám papírek. Je přímo před váma. Ne, ty vole, tak já nevím, tak... Dobrý, tak přišlo NPCčko a otevřelo vám dveře.
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Tak dobrý, tak fajn. Si nepokřikne třeba. To bylo skvělý. Ej, jakže byl ten kód, že bych ho tam, ale to teď nenajdu, ale poslepu, no. No právě, jak byl ten správný kód? 2845 a to já si nedám, ty vole. 2, 8, 4. A bylo super, kdyby se ještě něco stalo Juriči. A DM hráčů to pěkně rozbíjí. Tak to je celý jenom o tom, tady ta hra. Tak jdeme dál.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Trolit, okay. Já budu trolit.
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Tak ne, Stanley nakonec si to rozmyslel a zase jel zpátky k bossovi. Proč tak udělal? To je skvělá otázka a já se nemůžu dočkat, jaká je odpověď. Cool. Já nemůžu zpátky! Do prdele.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have.
Tak, vrátil jsi se zpátky a vypadá to úplně stejně, jako předtím, když to opustil. A je to skvělý, to fakt strašně důležitý, že to prokreslilo ten příběh a je to prostě jako ten tvůj smysl pro vyprávění, který máš, který nám v tomhle tom hrozně pomáhá.
An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative.
Skvělý.
Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Mhm. Už můžu zpátky. Jo. Hurá.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Jak mě trolí už taky ne, ty vole. Jak na to všechno přichází, ty vole, jede zase zpátky dolů, wow.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Kurva! Zajímalo by mě, jako takových kombinací kodů na Keypad je platný. Co je asi nahoře?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
To je skvělý, jak se mě podává. To je úplně debil. Tak super. Okay.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
On to prostě nedal, čete. Že jsem se vrátil zase a je tam Boss Office. To je skvělý. Tak co, jak se vám to zatím líbí? Dobrý. Dobrá kokotina, ne?
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. Měl smíchy, to mám radost. No.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Nebýt P, tak se taky pořádně gevím, chápu. Tu figuru by som si těž viděl představit na Bílé scéně a koupí z kávy, to je pravda vlastně. Jako ještě to můžu zkusit. Sorry, čete, já se omlouvám, ale... Už to nekomentuje.
You know what?
Jak to zrychluje, ne?
I just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting?
Je to tak, jako čekáme, co bude nahoře.
The only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why I don't know to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would
On mi říká, že jsem prostě jako skvělý a strašně jako imaginativní. A že teď fakt dělal ten úplně úžasný storytelling. Taky jste čete hrozně napnutý, co bude na konci toho výtahu, že jo? Já totiž vím. A že mi udělal preskonferenci, že sice neumím moc jako, nejsem moc jako s lidma dobrý, ale že to musím prostě světu zříct, jak to funguje. A by the way, máme nový alerty na naší hindulištu na stěhování a Franz to již tak hodil do chatu, kdybyste náhodou nevěděl.
Especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Woo!
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Pak skvělý. A můžeš si to tam prokliknout. Je to Big PT, když uděláš vykřičník stěhování. tak je to vlastně jako poslední tier, který jsem ani nečekal, že k němu vůbec dosáhneme, víš, takže je to prosím pěkně Black Magic, Pocket Cinema 4Kčkovej a dost dobrý objektiv. Já bych to pak používal, kdyby to náhodou vyšlo, tak bych to pak používal na nejenom na streamování takhle, ale zároveň i na IRL streamy a zároveň i na nějaký videa, co bych dával na mega korporaci pak.
Ah, yes. Here it is, just through this door.
Okay. Tonight live on stage, Stanley. Jdem na to, čete.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
To je skvělý, ty vole. Jakože takovýhle trolling mi přijde úplně dokonalý, že já vlastně jako neposlouchám to story a on mi udělá press konferenci na to, jak jsem, ty vole, skvělej. I love the... Vidíte to? I love the way you write elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Tohle nepřečtu, ty vole. Asi, ale... To je fakt vtipný. On mě chce zabít. Že jo? Okay, let's go. Z tebe hovoří jen tréma. Pohodinda. Taky jsem chtěl skočit mezi ně.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! To je skvělý. Místnost new content. Takovou bych potřeboval vždycky na stream. Já chci jít ještě tady dál a zjistit, co se stane, když budu poslouchat.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
To je strašně dobře promyšlený, jako na to, jak je to jako vlastně taková hříčka.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bude i místnost placené DLC, no jasně.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
To je skvělý. Je to teď říká. Piporan neboli hrát na vejka. Taky mě hned oprsknul, že jo, vypravěč. Stanley tak strašně moc pospíchal, že ani nečekal na to, až vypravěč domluví. A to samozřejmě není zdravé, takže New Age Music, jdeme na to, čete. To je fakt skvělý. Asi bych šel bych do sauny, tyjo, když na tím...
And rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Enya, no jo. May it be. To bychom použít do krotitelů. U Eleny něco takového bych mohl udělat. V Francii jedině, ale nikomu to neříkejte. A to je dobrý point, ty vole.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, ty vole. Mám se na pokoji. Nice. Escape. Woo! A jako. Vole.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Mety Pic, děkuju moc krát za follow, vítej tady. Vítej mega korporaci, doufám, že se dobře bavíš. Já teda hodně a...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Syn alkalizára, OK. Tak to tě vítám ještě o to víc. Je to takový bolmerský headquarters, ano.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Imkač, čau, zdravím tě. Pětka a tam se dá vyjít taky nahoru? Nebo ne? tady hovno vidím, ale... Sedu na to.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Je to konec, čete?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Je to jumpnout? Jde. Open world, ty vole, čete.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game? What? Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh,
perhaps
shit.
He had simply missed a memo.
Ještě mě zajímá ten new content. Sakra. Čete, dal jsem to. Ne, tady je tady. Dobrý. Jdem se mrknout, jo? Jdem se na to mrknout.
Oh.
New content.
What does that mean? New content.
Let's find out.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Reklama sama na sebe, skvělý.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Ultra Deluxe content. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Woo, nový content, DLCčko, čerte!
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content.
Každý debil, který hraje věci, který čumí na filmy, který poslouchá hudbu, včetně mě, něco začne a hned to začne kritizovat, ne? No jako skákání není úplně realistický, jo, ale jako jinak dobrý. Jump circle? What the fuck?
All right, let's see, it's the jump circle?
Oh! Whee! Wah. New content! Čete! Ty vole! Toing! To je skvělý. To je úplně nadšenej. Švihadlo není, to si musíš představovat. To už, na to už v novém kontentu neměli, helpo. A já jsem to vyskákal. Já už nemůžu skákat. Do prdele. Fakt skvělý. Je fakt skvělý, ty vole. Se mi líbí.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
No na to, čete. Jste ready? Zvládnete to? Zvládáte to ještě? Tolik toho kontentu. Není toho na vás moc? Si říkám, jestli bychom si to neměli rozfázovat na tom streamu, aby to s vámi nepraštilo, víte jak? Jo, že jestli na vás nejdu moc z hurta. Jakože taky to chce trošku dávkovat tyhle ty velký bomby, že jo? Jste ready? Val to do nás, OK.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?